Hello, everyone. This is MC Deck Discussions, and I am Abby Small. And today I have another demo play for you. And I wanted to get this in right away, so I'm playing Tigra up against Expert Klaw. And I played my first game ever with Tigra against Standard Klaw. And I had so much fun with it that I figured I'm going to go ahead and record a demo play right away with Expert Klaw, and hopefully it ends up being as fun as it was the first time. So as usual, I'll have timestamps so you can skip ahead anything that seems like you already know what's going on and want to move ahead. And as usual, I'll also have the recordings in the description of this video from Solo Marvel Champion. That's a tutorial on how to use DragnCards. All right, so let's go ahead and get the setup for Klaw real quickly. So search the encounter deck for the defense network side scheme and reveal it, then shuffle the encounter deck. So here's the defense network side scheme. And then when we flip this over, when revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the first player. And as you can see, it was actually the first card discarded. And it's a Masters of Evil minion, which is important. I have a house rule, important for me personally, because I have a house rule that if the card that's discarded is not a Masters of Evil minion, which are the tougher minions, then I actually go into the deck and look at the minions here. And then the first Masters of Evil minion that I find is the one that I bring out into play. And then the minion that was discarded, I just shuffle back into the deck. So that's my personal house rule there. So let me go ahead and shuffle that. And I do that for consistency. I want there to be a certain level of difficulty when I play against Expert Klaw. He can be pretty challenging if he starts off with these higher level. He's got two side schemes to get rid of and a pretty heavy duty minion. All right, and then on my end, let me go ahead and so that's it for the setup. Then we also have a Klaw. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Immortal Klaw and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. So here's the Immortal Klaw, which has an acceleration token on it, but also it gives Klaw plus 10 hit points while this is in play. So I'm going to go up from, it was originally 18, we're going to go up to 28 hit points for as long as this is in play. All right, so before I draw my hand size, let me go ahead and share with you the deck that I have, which is a protection deck. All right, so by the way, I'm going to call her Tigra. If that's not correct, people can correct me. Like when I researched it over the summer, Tigra was what I found, and that there seems to be a mix-up because the word for tiger in Spanish is tigre, Tigre, and so that maybe that's the mix-up because I had always heard it called Tigra for decades, but some people are calling her Tigra, so I'm not really sure which is correct, but I'm going to go with what I'd heard for decades. So I'm going to go with Tigra. I'm not a comic book reader, so others may for sure know more than I do. All right, so this is called Just a Cat Playing with Her Food, and that's because her food is the minions that are out, just giving us benefits and meant to keep them out a fair amount during play. And let's go ahead and share what we have here. So for the allies, we've added Brother Voodoo, Iron Fist, Iron Lad, Moon Knight, Nick Fury, Patriot, Professor X, and Yellow Jacket. And then for the events, we have 2 copies of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So we have, one Avenger, 2, that's a Defender. I'm sorry, I thought I was looking at Iron Lad. 1 Avenger, 2 Avengers, 3 Avengers, 4 Avengers, 5 Avengers. So I didn't load up on Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I want Tigra to be able to ready up. 1 copy of Face the Past. And then for player side schemes, 1 copy of, we have Build Support, which is meant to get Quinn Carrier into play. But, we have a few other targets here too, including the Precinct HQ Hidden Base, and the Night Nurse, although it's highly unlikely I would use it for that. And then the three double resources. And I already mentioned the supports that are in here. And then for the upgrades, which is a big reason why Yellow Jacket is in here, because, Yellow Jacket, after Yellow Jacket enters play, you can search the top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. And we've got 18 upgrades. So the ones that we've added are Deft Focus. There aren't a whole lot of superpower cards. 2 of them are actually right here, Cat-like Reflexes. So we have those 2. And they do, they are, you do discard these so they can come back into play. So there's 2 cards. And then we have the 2 thwart cards, and then the 3 attack cards. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So Def Focus, that'll help with the superpower cards. We have 1 copy of Energy Shield, which is really meant to go on Iron Lad, but it might benefit some others here and there. And then 2 copies of Indomitable, 3 copies of Pin Down, which is one of the key cards in this deck actually, and 3 copies of Ready for a Fight, because I do want to go to Alter Ego in order to take advantage of, let's see, what card is it? There are a couple of cards here. Actually, Hidden Base is one of them that we've added to it, but also Precinct HQ is really nice for threat removal. So do want to be able to get down to Alter Ego side here and there, and Professor X can help with that as well. Okay, so there's the deck. And so let's go ahead, and there are 42 cards in the deck altogether. All right, let's head back and do the demo play. All right, and I meant to say this earlier in case people were thinking I was playing a whole game. So for my demo plays, I usually show the first round and then come back later in the game when things are more built out so people can see, how the deck works once, the hero is built out, what can be accomplished. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So she has, by the way, 3 recovery on this side, and it has this action called Undercover Work on her Alter Ego. Search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Hunted and add it to your hand. And just in case I forget to mention it later, so she's 1, 2, 3 for her stats: 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. Each minion with a copy of Hunted attached loses guard when we're on hero side. And then on the hunt, has a response: after the player phase begins, draw 1 card for each minion engaged with you to a maximum of 3. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to Alter Ego side, and let's draw our hand size of 6, by the way, on this side, and hand size of 5 on the other side with 10 hit points. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw up our hand. All right, let's see what we have. Cat-like Reflexes, nice. Patriot, the Night Nurse, Face the Past, Ready for a Fight, and Precinct HQ. Okay, so more good cards than I can actually handle playing, but let's go ahead and use this ability right here. Search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Hunted and add it to your hand. So let's go ahead and get in here, do a search for Hunted in our deck, and we'll put it in our hand. And just so you can see what those do, let's shuffle the deck. All right, Hunted, notice it can be played on either side. It's a 0-cost upgrade, as in either, hero or Alter Ego. As an additional cost to play this upgrade, search the encounter deck and discard pile, so which is really cool that it's also the discard pile, for a minion, put it into play, engage with you, attach Hunted to that minion, and stun it. And it has an interrupt: when attached minion is defeated, ready Tigra. So we have, multiple ways of benefiting from grabbing minions. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get Precinct HQ into play right away, actually. So I'm going to use Night Nurse to pay for that, as well as Cat-like Reflexes, and get out Precinct HQ. Exhaust Precinct HQ, remove 1 threat from a scheme, remove 1 additional threat for each minion engaged with you. So we have 1 minion engaged with us, so let's exhaust this. And that means we can get rid of 2 from the Immortal Claw. And then let's go to our hero side. And then I'm going to go ahead and thwart for 1 and finish off the Immortal Claw. And then that now reduces the hit points back to 10 here. or by 10 from 28 down to 18. And more importantly to me, it gets rid of the acceleration token. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and play Face the Past. Search the encounter deck, discard pile and set aside area for your Nemesis minion and reveal it, ready your hero, and draw 3 cards. So our Nemesis minion, you can find over here where it says NEM for Nemesis, and we'll bring out the Hood. It's a 1/1 with Steady and Villainous. Forced response: after the Hood attacks, place 1 threat on the criminal underworld side scheme, which we don't have to worry about right now. Okay, so I'm going to put this back to the OOP, which is out of play area. All right. Okay, so now let's finish the rest of this card for Face the Past. Ready your hero. Draw 3 cards. Nice. Okay. And let me double check Whirlwind's abilities here real quickly. So 1 and 2 attack. When Whirlwind attacks, you also resolve his attack against each other hero. Okay, nice. All right. And we only have 1 hero. All right. So let's see. Ready your hero and draw 3 cards. We did that. You cannot attack the villain this phase. Remove this card from the game. So I will put that in the out of play area. All right. So, okay. We have some interesting things here now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get Patriot into play. So I'm going to pay with Iron Fist, Energy Shield, and Ready for a Fight, getting Patriot into play here. Patriot has this ability, this response: after you engage a minion, give Patriot a tough status card. And then we're going to go ahead and put Pin Down on Whirlwind. Pin Down, attached to a minion, max 1 per minion. Attached minion gets -2 ATK. And then we're going to go ahead and play Hunted. Okay, so we're going to find, let's see, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion, put it into play, engage with you, attach Hunted to that minion, and stun it. All right, so let's go ahead and get a minion. Minions, here we go. All right, and we're going to go ahead and grab Weapons Runner, shuffle the deck, attach that to Weapons Runner. Let's move the Hood over. All right, so now they are stunned. Okay, and then again, it has this interrupt too. When attached minion is defeated, ready Tigra. Okay, and then now Patriot, we just engaged a minion, so Patriot gains a tough status. Okay, there we have it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Tigra to thwart 1 from Defense Network side scheme. And then I'm just going to hold on to Patriot, use that tough on defense when Klaw attacks. All right, so let's maybe, I'm still thinking about that. All right, let's go ahead and draw up our hand. Okay, so we have Yellow Jacket, another copy of Ready for a Fight, Tooth and Claw, Hidden Base, Brother Voodoo. Okay, so let's go ahead and start Klaw's turn. Oh, let's ready up. All right, and then I want to move this over, and actually I'm going to move it down here, and I'm going to put like a little token on it to represent thwarting. Okay, so let's add 1 threat to the main scheme, and then Klaw's going to attack, getting 2 boost cards. Gets an extra boost card, and then. Yeah, what I'm trying to think about is what I have in my hand and how I can deal with things after that. All right, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and defend with Patriot. So let's flip it. So this is an attack of 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of that gets absorbed by the tough. And let those go. And then Whirlwind attacks, but has -2 to the ATK, so does no damage. Weapons Runner is no longer stunned. And then the Hood attacks for 1, and his force response does nothing. So we are down from 10 hit points to 9. Up here are the hit points trackers if you haven't seen DragnCards before. Okay? I know they're tiny, so I'll make sure to, as much as I remember to say it out loud. All right, and then now let's get the encounter card. Either spend all of those resources or exhaust each character you control. I will just exhaust Tigra. All right, that's it. Now it's our turn. And let's see, will I just come back later, or should I show one more of my turn? Yeah, I think I should show my turn so you can see the benefit right away. Yeah, let's do this. So I'll show one more turn here before pausing the video to come back later. So we have Tigra has this response: after the player phase begins, draw one card for each minion engaged with you. We are engaged with 3 minions, so we will draw 3 cards. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play Yellow Jacket here. See, those are both great calls, actually. Yellow Jacket or Brother Voodoo. Yes, we'll go with Yellow Jacket. We're going to use the 2 strength and this Indomitable, or the double strength, the strength card there that has the double resources and Indomitable. Okay, and then play only if you have the Avenger trait. So notice we're Avenger on this side, but on our other side we're Police, so we have to be able to, we can only play Yellow Jacket when we're on the hero side. Okay, so after Yellow Jacket enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. So let's check out our first top 5 cards. Okay, no upgrade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's an upgrade, Cat-like Reflexes. So we will grab that one and we'll shuffle the deck. All right, and then let's go ahead and attack with Yellow Jacket, taking 2 consequential damage. And we're going to defeat Weapons Runner. And then this interrupt triggers when attached minion is defeated, ready Tigra. And we'll discard that. Copy of Hunted. All right, so let's see. And then I want to go to Alter Ego side. So I'm going to play Ready for a Fight using, and it requires a physical resource. So we're going to use Tooth and Claw for that. So let's do this and get Ready for a Fight into play. I like putting it over here on this row so that I really notice Ready for a Fight in play. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some markers on it to make it even more noticeable. All right, and let's go ahead and attack with Tigra against Claw, doing 2 damage, bring it down from 18 to 16 points. And we're going to flip to Alter Ego side and use the Undercover Work. Search our deck and discard file a copy of Hunted, add it to our hand. We're just going to go to do, actually, let's keep the order of that and go to here instead. So Hunted, there we go, 2 more copies. I'm going to bring it out of our deck instead and then shuffle up that deck. All right, so I'm doing that to kind of thin out the deck a little bit so that I draw other cards other than Hunted from the deck. All right, so now that we're on Alter Ego's side, we're going to go ahead and use Precinct HQ. Exhaust Precinct HQ, remove 1 threat from a scheme and 1 additional threat for each minion. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of that from Defense Network. And then next, we're going to go ahead and play Hidden Base. So, oh, I meant to play that ahead of time. Ah, gosh darn it. Okay, so just to back up a little bit, right? Flip back over to this side. Okay, I had Hunted, I got it out of the deck, right? So there it is in the deck, right? And I meant to play Hidden Base, right? So I'm going to use Cat-like Reflexes and Brother Voodoo to play Hidden Base. And we'll put it down here. All right, it has 3 uses on it. Okay. All right. And it has an Alter Ego response after you change form. So change to this form, Alter Ego form. Exhaust Hidden Base and remove 1 stronghold counter from it. Give your identity a tough status. All right, so now we flip to that side. And then we'll exhaust this, take off 1 of those uses, and we'll get a tough status. There we go. All right, now I'm going to grab a copy of, not from here. We know it's on top. Right there, Hunted. And I'll just shuffle this up as an extra shuffle, just in case. Okay. So, and then I'm going to use Hunted, actually, to get build support into play. Okay. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Probably would have been wise to get build support gone and just leave that other there. Yeah, that probably would have been a better idea. But hey, what's done is done. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. So, and I used Hunted I paid for that to get that build support out. Okay, so there we go. So I did first turn and a half, and then we'll ready up and draw our hand size. And then, as you can see, we've got these cards here. Okay, so Iron Lad, Ready for a Fight, Energy, Pin Down, Quinn Carrier, and Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And so we'll be ready to go. So I'm going to pause the recording now, and we'll come back later in the game when things have been a bit more built out, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so here we are later in the game. Let me go ahead and tell you, show you what everything that's set up currently, and then we'll continue to play. So I just finished defeating the second level of Klaw. So we're on the third level, and so he has toughness. But after we did that, we actually attacked with Patriot and got rid of that toughness, so that toughness is gone. And then we were able to do 2 more extra damage with Nick Fury, so down from 22 hit points to 20. Okay. We're still on the main scheme here. He's currently confused because we played Professor X, and then we have two of these minions are now pinned down, and then we used Hunted on Weapons Runner, which is why Weapons Runner is stunned. And then, and you can see there's one thwart on here one scheme on here if I didn't mention that. All right. And then on our side, we do have 1 copy of Sharp Claws. There are 2 copies of Sharp Claws in Tigra's deck. So we have 1 copy of that. It has an interrupt. When you make a basic attack, exhaust Sharp Claws, Tigra gets +1 ATK for this attack. And then you also get to choose this attack gains Overkill, or this attack gains Piercing. So you choose one or the other. Okay? And then we have Nick Fury. We already mentioned Professor X. We have Patriot out. Patriot has a tough on him from when Weapons Runner came out into play. Then we have a Quinn Carrier out. We have Cat's Head Amulet out. And this is a resource generator. Exhaust Cat's Head Amulet. Generate a physical resource for each minion engaged with you to a maximum of 3. And we still have Precinct HQ in play. And Hidden Base, we've actually used 3 times now going to Alter Ego side. So that's why our identity has a tough status. And then Professor X blanked out Build Support, and we just brought Hidden Base back in with that. So we got Quinn Carrier out and this card out just on their own. Or not that one. And Precinct HQ on their own, so Hidden Base was available to bring in again. And then now you can see this is our hand down here. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and start with Klaw's turn. So first of all, Klaw is confused, so let's get rid of that confused. Oh, and we also decked out, so that's why there's an encounter card out on Klaw's side. All right, so let's get him unconfused. And then all of these minions will thwart. Each one has 1 scheme, 1 scheme, 1 scheme. Not thwart, they will scheme. So we're going to add 3 scheme altogether. 1, 2, 3. And let's get another encounter card, and let's flip the first one. By the way, there's 1 copy of Advanced is in the discard pile, so one of these could be a copy of Advanced. All right, here's the first one. Each Masters of Evil minion attacks the hero it is engaged with, and they can't attack because we are in Alter Ego side. So since no attacks were made this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Masters of Evil minion, put it into play, engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. So let's go ahead and get, let's see, do we have any in here? No, we don't. So keep the order there. Let's look in the encounter deck for the minions. And we'll go ahead and just grab a Melter. Yeah, let's grab Melter and put Melter out into play. And then go ahead and shuffle the encounter deck. All right, so that's it for Masters of Mayhem, that Treachery, and the next one is Radioactive Man. Wow, okay. So now Radioactive Man, by the way, this will still has a forced response. After Radioactive Man attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand. That's still going to occur, even if we were to put something like Pin Down on him, it'll still make that happen because the attack still occurs. All right, that's the end of the villain's turn. We'll go ahead and discard Nick Fury and Professor X. All right, our turn. Let's immediately use Undercover Work to find a copy of Hunted and add it to our hand. Let's go ahead and get that from our deck. There we go. Now it's in our hand, and shuffle up. All right, first thing I'm going to do is use Precinct HQ, remove one threat from scheme, and plus one additional threat for each minion engaged with us. So that's going to be able to get rid of all 4 of that threat. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and flip over to our hero side. Oops. Since we have 5 minions engaged with us, we can max out Cat's Head Amulet and generate 3 physical resources. And we'll use that to get Yellow Jacket out. And we can search the top 5 cards of our deck for an upgrade to add it to our hand. Let's see if we have any left. Okay, any upgrades? Yes, we have a copy of Hunted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a copy of Hunted, that's the only one. Let's grab that, shuffle the deck. All right, so next. All right, we're going to get to play Tooth and Claw for 0 cost, right? Reduce the cost to play this event by 1 for each minion engaged with you. And I want to get rid of Radioactive Man. We're not going to be able to, I calculated it, we're going to be a few points short of getting rid of the villain here. So I'm just going to use Tooth and Claw right here, right? So it's deal 4 damage to an enemy, then deal 4 damage to an enemy. So let's go ahead and take care of that. 1 second here. Tigra can attack for 3 currently, and we have another Sharp Claws, so possibly could attack for 4 if we get that out. You know what? I want to see where things end up, so let's get Tooth and Claw back in my hand for a minute. And we have Ready for a Fight as well. Let's see, we just came over to this side. Okay, to our hero side. Okay, I think actually I'm first going to want to get rid of one of these minions. Let's go ahead and have Tigra attack and get rid of this minion. And then, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to have Tigra attack for 3 against Radioactive Man. And we're going to have Patriot. Yellow Jacket, we'll have Yellow Jacket attack and defeat Weapons Runner. And then when attached minion is defeated, ready Tigra. So notice Tigra doesn't have to be the one to defeat them. So get rid of Hunted. All right, then let's use Quincair to get the other claw out. Didn't know if I was going to use that or not. Okay, so now we can attack for 2, 3, 4 damage. Oh, excuse me. We had to exhaust that the first time to do that extra point of damage. Okay. Almost forgot about that. Okay. So notice, yeah, so when you make a basic attack, so it's not just +1 ATK. When you make a basic attack, exhaust Sharp Claws, and then you get +1 ATK and Overkill or Piercing. Now I'm going to play Tooth and Claw. Okay. All right, so we're going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. So we're going to get rid of Radioactive Man. And I'm going to deal 4 damage to another enemy. We're going to do that on Melter. All right. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and attack with Tigra and to get rid of Melter. And we're going to exhaust this. So we're doing 3 damage and then getting Overkill. So 1 damage here and then 2 extra onto Claw. So 20 down to 18. Okay. Now we're going to use Hunted and to get back one of these minions. We're going to get, here you go, Weapons Runner. Notice, by the way, it's put into play. So put it into play, engage with you. So Weapons Runner Surge does not trigger. Okay, keep the order of that. Okay. All right, so now he attached Hunted to that minion and it's stunned. Oh, my bad. I actually meant to attack with Patriot first. Let me just undo that real quickly. All right, so here, I'll tell you what I had planned real fast. I'm hitting the left arrow key and it undoes things. So I knew when I played this, a minion was going to come into play and give him another tough status. So what I wanted to do was attack with him and do 2 points of damage, bringing Claw down to 16, which gets rid of the tough, and then play Hunted and get back that minion right here, Weapons Runner. And then that gets attached, and now a minion entered, and so now we get that tough status back. There we go. All right, and then he is still stunned. Okay, next. Then I'm going to use Hunted and Pin Down as resources to get Iron Lad out. And let's go ahead and we will just attack as well with Iron Lad on Claw, bring him down to 15. Okay, all right, there it is. That's our turn. So hopefully we can defeat Claw on our next turn. We're not set up for that yet. We had to kind of waste some damage there, but let's see what we can do. Let's ready up, draw our hand size. Okay, don't have any kind of attack going on there, so it might be a little bit actually. All right, so Claw's turn. Let's go ahead and add 1 threat. And then Claw is going to attack for 2 plus 2 of these. We have a tough, so we're just going to take this. Oops, flip those over. So attacking for 2 damage, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, and that gets rid of our tough. Then each of these minions attacks. It's 2 -2, so 0 attack. 1 -2 because of the pin down. And still his force response doesn't trigger in this case, or doesn't affect anything. And then this stun will come off of Weapons Runner. And then get our encounter card and Surge, exhaust your identity. And then another encounter card is flipped, and now we have Tiger Shark. After Tiger Shark attacks, give him a tough status card. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use Quinn Carrier to get ready for a fight into play. And then we're going to attack with Patriot, getting rid of our tough status here with a consequential, and it's going to defeat Weapons Runner for hitting for 2 damage. And the Hunted will then ready Tigra. And we'll discard Hunted. Oh my goodness, you know what I forgot to do? Right, we're on hero side to begin with on our turn. And I forgot to draw cards. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 minions in play, and we can draw up to a maximum of 3 cards for that. So I forgot to do that. 1, 2, 3. So that was important to do because we could have gotten another copy of our attack card out. How many of our attack cards are in the discard pile? Let's look for events. Yeah, only 1 Tooth and Claw. We still have 2 other Tooth and Claw events, and we very well could have drawn that. Okay, so keep the discard pile. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get us within range of winning this. So we're going to attack with Tigra, and we're going to do that with both of these cards here. Right, and we're going to hit for 4 damage. Right, 2, 3, 4 damage, bringing this down to 11. And then I'm going to use Cat's Head Amulet to play Feline Senses, even though it's not really necessary, but I have a plan for this. Okay, remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, stun a minion. So we're going to remove from here, and we're going to stun Tiger Shark. All right. So a bit of overkill on the threat removal, but I wanted that stun here. And then we'll go ahead and use Feline Senses to get Night Nurse out, and Night Nurse comes with 3 medical counters. And I'll go ahead and use one of those right now. And that will heal our hero for 1 up to 9. Don't really need to, but might as well make use of it. And then let's go ahead, and I'm going to use this ready for a fight to get Claw-like reflexes out. And I'm put it out here. So what Claw-like reflexes does is when you would take any amount of damage, discard cat-like, not claw-like, cat-like reflexes. Prevent 3 of that damage, and you may confuse a minion engaged with you. Okay, so I'm going to put some tokens on there. And then we'll just go ahead and use Genius to put Def Focus out as well. So another faux resource generator. Okay. And then we're going to flip over to this side here, and that's going to trigger Hidden Base. So we'll exhaust that, remove a counter, and give ourselves a tough status card. All right, and then we'll attack with Iron Lad, exhausting Yellow Jacket, taking consequential afterwards. So we add that ally's matching power to Iron Lad, so he's going to attack for 3 damage, bringing Klaw down to 8. All right, okay, very good. We don't need to use Precinct HQ. Let's ready up and draw our hand size. Good, and we've got what we need to finish this game off. All right, so as long as nothing weird happens here, we should be able to do that. Okay, so villain's got 8 damage left. Klaw is going to start. Let's add 1 to the main scheme. We'll activate Ready for a Fight here, discard this, change to hero form, and they're going to attack us instead, so we'll move to this side. Klaw's going to attack. We're going to let that happen. He gets 2 boost cards, attacking for 2, 3, 4. 4 damage altogether, getting rid of our tough status. Okay. And then Whirlwind attacks for 0 because of pinned down. The Hood attacks for 0 because of pinned down. And then we'll get rid of Tiger Shark's tough stunned status. Okay. And that means this still stays in play. Get an encounter card, flip it over. You may flip to alter ego side. Choose exhaust Greer Nelson, remove Into Deep from the game. We might do that. Each minion engaged with you activates against you. That's interesting. We could also just let that happen. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let that happen, right? Yeah. Each minion engaged with you activates against you. Okay, let's do it. All right. We'll just discard that card. So again, attacks for 0, and Tiger Shark attacks for 3. So we're down from 9 to 6, and then Tiger Shark gains a tough status. All right, that's it for their turn. Time for us to finish this. So first of all, we're going to we draw 1 card for each minion engaged with us. We have 3 minions engaged. We're going to draw 3 cards. All right. And let's just end this right now. So none of them have guard, right? Let's double check. Masters of Evil, Steady and Villainous. Yep, no guard. Okay, so we have 3 of them facing us, and we have a copy of Tooth and Claw. And so Tooth and Claw, reduced cost, 3 minions with us, so it only costs 1. So we'll use Quinn Carrier and play this. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, deal 4 more damage to an enemy. That's 8 damage exactly, defeating Klaw. Okay. All right. And then kind of curious about what else we can do here. Let's see. We could for sure get Iron Fist out and attack for a few more. Moon Knight. Yeah, let's just see what we end up attacking for. So Tigra can attack. Tiger can attack for 2, 3. If we exhaust both of these, Tiger can attack for 4 damage. So in addition to the 8, we did 4 extra damage. And then Patriot can attack for 2 damage. So 6 extra damage. And then we can go ahead and get, let's see, 2. Yeah, we have 3 minions facing us, so we can use Cat's Head Amulet for 3, and then I'll use Indomitable, so we'll get Iron Fist out. Then Iron Fist attacks. He gets his 2 Mystic counters on him. We're going to use 1. So he attacks for 2 damage plus the 1 extra, makes 3, and then he stuns the villain in this case, so 3 more damage up to 9. Okay. And then we can also use Yellow Jacket to attack for 2 more, up to 11. And then we can get Moon Knight out. Oh, this is interesting. You're not an Avenger. Okay, but you are. All right. So, yeah, we could use Earth's Mightiest Heroes, play that, and ready another Avenger character you have so we can exhaust Iron Lad and ready you. Tigra attacks for 2 more. That's 13 extra damage. And then we can go ahead and play Moon Knight. Let's see, costing just 1. So I'll use Ready for a Fight to play Moon Knight, who comes in and search the encounter deck and so this gives you a chance to see what Moon Knight does. After Moon Knight enters play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion, put it into play, engage with you, stun and confuse that minion. And it's also the discard pile, right? So I'll just go to the discard pile, find a minion. We'll just get Weapons Runner. Is it put it into play? It's not reveal it, right? Put it into play. Yeah, so not revealed. Okay, so then they're stunned and confused. And then Moon Knight attacks for 2 more damage. Bring that up to 15. And then I guess that's going to be it. Okay, so we did 8 damage to begin with, plus another 15. So I'm just going to show you the total of 23 points of damage to finish things off. And, with how many cards we drew, there was a potential to even get, there were only 5 cards left in the encounter deck. There was the potential to even get another Tooth and Claw. That very well could have come out, right? So you can see where we could deal quite a bit of damage with this deck. With that card draw that we're constantly getting with those minions out. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that demonstration play, and we'll see you next time. I love it when people comment and get a chance to have conversations with them, but whether you do or not, hope you have a good one. Bye, everybody.